What's going on? It's facts you don't know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
A touching story about how a little boy found a thin wolf cub in a foreign bathhouse and found a faithful friend in it. Sergei was 5 years old when he lived in a small village in Siberia with his parents and grandparents. But the relationship between his mother and father was not good, as they always quarreled, which made them decide to separate from each other. He stayed with his grandfather and grandmother after the parents left the town for non-named destination. The grandfather and grandmother took great care of him, and they made sure to get a good education and provide him with food and clothing, which made him attached to them a lot, until he did not remember his parents, who deliberately abandoned him. The grandfather used to take Sergei with them on their tours in the mountains surrounding the village and teach him how to hunt, as he was keen to be diligent in his studies. 7 years passed, and the boy showed high hunting skills, which made his grandfather allow him to go alone. Every weekend the boy would go fishing, as he usually went to the big lake in the woods to hunt fish, and once again drove into jungles to hunt rabbits, birds, and other animals. The boy used to get used to traditional methods of hunting, and sometimes he could convince his grandfather to give him a hunting rifle when he was very happy. One day Sergei left the house as usual and took the rifle with him and went to the nearby forest to hunt as usual. And when he arrived in an abandoned house on the shore of the lake, he decided to enter it in order to discover what was in it. This house, Sergei has always tried to discover what was inside, but his grandfather prevented him from that and told him that it would be a threat to his life. The boy held the gun in his hand and opened the door of the house and entered it. The house was very dark, full of spider webs, which indicated that no one had visited it for a long time. Sergei started wandering around the house and suddenly he heard a strange sound coming from behind one of the walls. Well, he approached the source of the sound. There was a little wolf lying on the floor, and as soon as Sergei saw him, he retreated back for fear of him. The little wolf stood on its legs and began to move, but he was limping, as one of his feet was injured, and he was seemingly weak and hungry since he'd not eaten for a long time. Sergei was moved by what he saw in front of him and provided some food for that little wolf, who was gentle and did not show any aggression. Meanwhile, the wolf started following Sergei and tried to catch up with him as he wanted to return to the woods to meet his family. Sergei was returning and the wolf followed him. He was determined to go with him. Sergei decided to take him with him to the house for treatment and from there to return him to the forest. Sergei carried the little wolf and took him home, and when he got there, his grandfather and grandmother thought that he had brought a puppy with him to raise. But when he told them that the animal was a small wolf, they felt intimidated and asked him to get rid of it at once because he could pose a danger to them. The boy insisted on keeping the wolf and told the grandparents that he would heal his wounds and then return him to the forest. They saw the fun and peaceful little wolf after Sergei treated it and he could walk. The little wolf followed Sergei wherever he went and ran in fun in the yard of the house. So the grandfather and grandmother got used to him, and they also play with him and spend most of their time in his fondness. The little animal also managed to win the hearts of the villagers, as everyone waited for him to come out with Sergei in order to get close to him, play with him, and have fun with him. They were amazed when they saw a little wolf playing and jumping, not attacking humans, but treating them as their friends. The little wolf changed the lives of the villagers who got used to it, and showed them that this animal is good and that it only attacks a person when he's in danger. Sergei returned him to the wild when he recovered, as he arranged for the little wolf to meet all the villagers who loved him. Then he took him to the woods and released him there. The scene was touching, but Sergei was aware that the wonderful little wolf has a family and must return to it. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.